Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Let's take a look here at a 13 Necrotic Wake. I got it sped up quite a bit. This is something I'm just going to do because I think that if you want to watch a full dungeon, you could just run one yourself, right? So just kind of going through here, taking a look at what's going on. I'm fighting against the meta here, right? Like everybody tells me that I need to be playing marksman. I'm not a marksman fan. I figure it out, but you know, I don't like the play style. I like the BM piece. I feel ease of mind when I play it. This was from a few weeks ago. But yeah, I'm just blitzing through here. This is the path that we normally run, I would say, with most pugs. This is that pug life. And coming down through the side here, just using our Curian individual here to get this mastery buff after Pride. And then we go right into the first boss. Now, one thing that I have done recently that's different, because I think I'm sitting at right about 215 item level, somewhere around there, is I'm running the Naya tree. Oh, I think it's Naya. Man, I'm really bad at this. I should probably know this, but I think it's the Naya tree, which is the top tree for Night Fae, right? And with you get the mastery and the health buff, you can see the buff on there for me. So something I've done recently as I've progressed on keys is I've switched down to the Corin tree. I think it's Corin, where you get the crit buff. I will put my Raider.io link and the WoW link in there, whichever else you can check out to see what I'm running, because I usually stay pretty consistent with that. I don't switch up the conduits that much. I don't really mess around with everything. I'm not that min-max, so to speak. I just like pushing big damage, and I like showcasing that damage to individuals in these pugs, just because I think that a lot of people shy away from a BM hunter, right? Like they want that marksman hunter, and maybe it's better. I don't think so, in my opinion, but again, maybe that's in the higher end keys that I don't really run yet. So yeah, so you can just see there's a couple different things that you can do with the tools here that we pick up. I like to pick up the hammer right in the beginning. If you take a look at that, what we do, or at least I try to snag it. Now, you can use it on prides, but I always try to use it on the named individuals that we're going into, depending on the pathing. And use it on those guys right there to kind of just speed that part along, because it can get rather nasty depending on how this goes along with your group. And if you play the pug life like many of us do, you know that sometimes you get 1 in 10, or maybe a little less than that, you get a decent group. I found that if you push a little bit higher, 14s, 13s, 14s, 15s more so, you don't really necessarily get the individuals that don't know what they're doing. It has a lot to do with just the tank and the healer and the DPS. Well, hell, it's the whole group really. But just knowing like what each individual can do and really working out those cooldowns, I think is huge. So obviously you saw right there, we just got smoked because it was someone ass pulled. It might have been myself, I'm not really sure. The video's kind of screaming. So yeah, just taking a look at all that there. Again, trying to utilize the tools as best you can. I've not found a really good use for the shield. If somebody knows that, they could go ahead and let me know. That would be freaking awesome. But the spears, the hammers, and the fucking orbs, the 2 orbs, are huge. Like, I think that significantly makes this dungeon way easier. Just pushing through the rest of this stuff. So there is an orb right there behind the fat man that's laying down on the backside as you see the individual coming back with it. And again, you typically just do the 1 spear and then you kick the ads in there, and then you get it down. Some people like to use the orbs here on this level of the boss. You can do that when you get a little bit more advanced in the strategy, and I wouldn't even say advanced, but if you like to do something different, we'll put it that way, you can use both orbs up top. Now, I don't have any footage, I think, of us doing that, but I will try to snag a couple of these the way that we do this. And essentially you can just clear off the first couple packs right there, and then the big guy on the left and the big guy on the right, that's typically where you would want to use those orbs. And when I say the big guys, it's the ones that are at the farthest room as you're looking at the boss, on the left side and on the right side. That bigger pack there, that's typically where you'd want to drop those orbs. It just makes it that much easier to kind of push through that phase, because that big guy will chunk your tank really good depending on how long it takes to kill them. So that could be problematic. So if you are experiencing those types of problems in this part of the dungeon, like I just did right there, you could utilize that and you could fix it. Again, nothing is ever really super clean for us, especially in the pug life. But that's the risk you run. And damn, I think this is actually This is pretty nasty. You're gonna see, I think, a couple different wipes here, unfortunately. So I'm sure that some of you have played with the, you know, the group before like this. Shit happens when you party naked, man. All right, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I didn't even watch the video, to be honest with you, through the end of it. It's been quite some time since I've uploaded something, I think a week or so. So I just wanted to put something together with some commentary to just kind of talk through it and see my prerogative, my perspective of like what we're doing there. One thing as a hunter that you can do, just so you're tracking, and I learned, is that when you get the fixate on you, you can actually feign death that. I'm not sure if I got fixate right there or not, or I just took a shot from the spear, but if I did get fixate, my dumbass didn't know that I could have feigned that. So, you know, there's a little tidbit of information if you didn't know that. Yeah, just blitzing through the rest of this key here, getting the big guy down, those frontal cleaves there. So this, you know, these aren't the guys right here, like when you're going through the boss. These aren't the guys that you're necessarily trying to orb. It's the packs before the ones that spawn for the boss. Another really cool thing that I think it may be discussed in this video here or not, but it is so there's the first hook, there's a second hook, and then if you happen to get to the third hook, always face that third hook towards the platform. So I didn't know that. I think I either learned it this run or a few other runs. Somebody had told me, which I found very useful. It's always that third hook. You want to face it towards that platform. So that's really legit. And then if you are playing a DPS and you're newer and you're trying to figure out BM, just know that when you get sent down to the pathway like that right there, I forget what it's called, just remember when you come back up, you're going to have that dot on you, and you typically want to put that dot into a corner. And I think I die here when I come up because I try to drop it in the corner. Okay, maybe not this one. Sorry, I've been running a lot of keys. But essentially, you want to drop that in that corner just to keep that spacing for yourself. Makes it that much easier when you're doing this dungeon. So besides that, been talking a whole lot, you know, and if you have any questions, I'm probably not the guy to ask. But if you do want to see something, or if you're interested to, you know, a question about how I'm doing something, just let me know and I'll try my best to answer it. And I really appreciate you guys checking it out. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.